Hi, fourth graders. It's Mrs. Mundorf here, and I'm going to be teaching you science today, tomorrow, and Friday. So let's get started on some information to help you be successful. From your teacher's website, you're going to select lesson plans for the week of March 30th through April 3rd, and scroll down to Social Studies Science, and you can see here Wednesday, the third day of the week, we're going to be looking at the rock cycle. You're going to need to log on to your Google Classroom and open the Google Slides assignment, the rock cycle, and follow the directions for day 1. When you open the rock cycle, you're going to see this screen. Tells you about day 1, day 2, and 3. Before we can do our activities of the rock cycle, we need to review. What are the three types of rocks? How are these rocks formed? And how do rocks change? What are the 3 types of rocks? Go ahead and take a minute, see if you can answer that question. Hopefully you answered igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. The next question, how are these rocks formed? Take a minute to think, how are igneous rocks formed? How are sedimentary rocks formed? And how are metamorphic rocks formed? Because they're all different. You can pause the video if you need to. Igneous rocks are formed by the cooling and hardening of hot molten magma or lava. Sedimentary rocks are formed by individual grains of sediment that are cemented or pressed together. And metamorphic rocks are formed by heat and pressure. Here is a tree map my class made about the 3 types of rocks. You can use this as a reference to help you review. And the third question, how do rocks change? Rocks change through weathering and erosion, heat, and pressure. The process through which a rock changes is called the rock cycle. You've heard of bicycles, tricycles, motorcycles, even unicycles, but have you ever heard of the rock cycle? It isn't a thing you ride for fun or to get from one place to another. A cycle is a way to describe things that happen over and over again, like the changing of the seasons. The rock cycle is the story of how rocks form and how they change. Rocks come in many different shapes, sizes, colors, and textures, and strange as that may seem, they are changing continually. Each one has its own story to tell, with its own beginning and its own end. Planet Earth is made of rocks, and their story is the most important one. But what is a rock? Where does its story begin? Let's investigate today. You're going to watch the BrainPop video, the rock cycle, to see what happens, and then take the quiz. As a reminder, the username for our school is Parsley with the lowercase p, and the password is home2020. From this Google Slides presentation, if you click on the rock cycle, it'll come up with a link that you can just click on. I've already signed into BrainPop. So you can see here, it has me logged in as Parsley. But if you aren't signed in yet, it would just prompt you for your username and password. You're going to watch this video. It's only 2 minutes and 3 seconds. And then the next direction was to take the quiz. Again, the quiz can be found at this link. If you click on quiz and click there, it'll take you to the quiz about the rock cycle video. Or when you finish the video, you can simply click on quiz. You're going to choose the graded and answer 10 questions. It will give you a score, and that will help indicate how well you paid attention and understood the rock cycle video. After you watch the video and take the quiz on BrainPop, the next direction is to test your knowledge with the interactive rock cycle. How well do you know the 3 types of rocks and how they change? Again, when you hover and click on that, it's going to come up with a link. You're going to click it, and it's going to take you to the Rock Cycle Interactive. Introduction. Rocks come in cool colors, shapes, textures, and sizes, and are found all around you. But how much do you really know about them? Discover a rock's secrets through these activities. Create a rock collection as you learn about the 3 main types of rocks. Find out how to tell the different rock types apart and see how rocks change from one type into another. Before you click on types of rocks, make sure you look at this diagram to the right. A good reader is always looking at captions, diagrams, headings, subheadings, and other text features to make sure they understand the material in every form. So we click on begin with types of rocks. And it says types of rocks. Rocks are not all the same. The 3 main types of rock, or the 3 main types or classes of rock are sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. And the differences among them have to do with how they are formed. So you're going to read this page about sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous rocks. Then it says what to look for. Here's a chart of some of the key characteristics that can help you identify the rocks within these 3 main classes. It talks about crystals, fossils, gas bubbles, glassy surface, ribbon-like layers, sand, or pebbles. Once you read this information, you're going to click Start Your Rock Collection. It says click on a rock in the landscape to learn more about it and then add the sample to your collection. You're going to click Begin, click on a rock, it'll tell you information, and add it to your rock collection. Then you're going to go on to the next activity, Identify Rock Types. See if you can recognize rock characteristics and types. You will have a total of 6 minutes to complete this activity. First, you must correctly identify the rock's characteristics, and then you must pick out the class to which the rock belongs. Each question is worth 1 point, and you'll have 1 chance to get the answer right. You click Begin and identify the rock types. When you're done, you're going to go on to How Rocks Change. Be sure to read the introduction. And the first section is about heat and pressure, and then to the right is a short video that you can see how a rock is altered when it's subjected to heat and pressure under the Earth's surface. Once you read this and watch this, click on Next. How rocks change. The next section is about the melting and cooling. Select an animation. Watch both melting and cooling. Then click Next. Then you're going to read the last section on how rocks change, weathering and erosion, and compacting and cementing. Next, transform the rock. See if you can identify the processes that can change rocks from one type to another. It says you've learned about 5 processes that affect rocks over time. Now apply your knowledge to real rocks. You will have a total of 6 minutes to complete this challenge. For each question, you must pick the process that has changed the rock from one type to another. Each question is worth 2 points, and you will have 1 chance to get the answer right. You can press Begin and then take this challenge. When you're done, you're going to click on the last section, the rock cycle diagram. A useful way to illustrate how the 3 main types of rock are related to one another and how changes to rocks happen in a recurring sequence is the rock cycle. It can be presented in a diagram like the one below. Read this paragraph of the rock cycle, then explore the diagram by clicking the names of the rock types and clicking on the images. So you can see wherever the hand hovers, you're going to click, and it's going to reveal information. Be careful when you click. After you read the information and look at the examples, click Close, not Done, because it will take you out of this activity. Complete the cycle. See See if you can name the different parts of the rock cycle. Click on that to go to the next activity. See if you can put your knowledge of rock types and geologic processes together to map out the rock cycle. You will have a total of 5 minutes to answer a series of questions that will help you complete the rock cycle diagram. Each question is worth 2 points, and you'll have 1 chance to select the right answer. If all you've been doing so far is click, 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 instead of stopping to read the information, watch the animation, complete the activities, you're going to struggle with this. You'll also have to now test your skills. Answer a question about rocks in the rock cycle. This is an assessment to see how much you've learned in this interactive. Answer the following questions, which will be scored and can be printed for review when you are done. So you're going to click next and the assessment will begin. Hopefully you've taken your time, read the information, completed the activities, watched the animation, and again, your score will indicate how well you understood and if you took your time on this activity. This is the last step for lesson 1. I will see you tomorrow for day 2 and 3. Have a great day.